Jury selection in the murder trial of Lori Vallow started today at the Ada County Courthouse. She's the Rexburg mom charged with murder and conspiracy to commit murder in the deaths of her two kids, JJ and Tylee, and her husband's late wife, Tammy Daybell. News Channel 7's Shira Matsuzawa was inside the courthouse as jury selection started this morning. She joins us now live from outside the courthouse. Shira?
Yeah, day one of jury selection is still happening right now. It's expected to last for about a week, but take a look at some video. We just got it about 15 minutes of a sketch from inside the courtroom with Lori Vallow. Now, she appeared in court today in regular street clothes, a black cardigan with a bluish greenish shirt on the inside. But this jury selection process is a difficult process because essentially they are looking for a person who has heard nothing of this case or maybe has some knowledge of it but can still remain fair and impartial. And in a case like this, where there's been extensive media coverage as well as Netflix documentaries and podcasts, it can be a difficult process, which is a large reason why this trial was moved from eastern Idaho to here in Ada County and why 1,800 potential jurors were summoned. As we reported, those potential jurors were given questionnaires to dwindle down that number. Today, we were in a remote hearing room with about 40 other people, many of whom are members of the media. The judge in this case banned cameras, and today's jury selection is closed to the public, but we were able to watch what happened from that remote room. In that room, there was a projector screen displaying 3 angles, one camera on the judge, another on the defense with Lori Vallow and her attorneys, and then a third camera pointed on the prosecution. They're looking for 18 jurors total, 12 jurors and 6 alternates, and they brought in a pool of 15 potential jurors, excusing some of them throughout the morning. The process opened with Judge Stephen Boyce asking the potential jurors questions about if they can make the time commitment of up to 8 weeks, which is how long this trial is expected to last for at this time. Prosecutor Rob Wood also asked the potential jurors if they would be able to handle emotionally charged evidence as it relates to a murder trial and 2 of the victims being underage children. Prosecutor Rachel Smith also asked potential jurors if they watch shows like CSI and if that would impact their judgment. She also revealed that jurors may hear evidence that we don't know the death for one of the victims, or rather exactly how they died, and if that would impact the potential juror. One juror also said her former job was overseeing the sexual assault kits at the ISP forensic lab. She says she knows some of the experts testifying. Smith asked if this would bias her, and the jurors said no. Now, when I stepped out of the courtroom, they were doing individual voir dire still. And, you know, this trial or this jury selection is expected to last for a couple more hours here at Ada County, at the Ada County Courthouse. And we should also note that Chad Daybell's attorney, John Pryor, was also there watching jury selection with us as it was happening. Doug?
And Shira, quick question. Were there some of the reasons that maybe jurors were dismissed or excused from the case today?
Yeah, so essentially a couple of them were excused because of time commitments. You know, they're not able to give the time for 8 weeks for a potentially 8 weeks trial. Others were dismissed because of, you know, work commitments or maybe they had young children that might have impacted their judgment when it comes to this trial as well. So various reasons, and as we mentioned, it's still going on. So we'll continue to update throughout the newscast here on KTVB, as well as the news at 4 and the news at 6.
Yeah, of course, Shira, thank you, and I'll see you for much more reporting today on the news at 4. And you can follow along with all the latest developments in our live blog at ktvb.com, and for all the information you need to know about the trial. You can text the word Vallow to the number on your screen, 208-321-5614. We'll send you the latest in a link on what's happening in the case. And as the trial of Lori Vallow gets underway, we know there are a lot of faces and names in this case, and it can make it hard to follow along. So we compiled a who's who in this case as the trial begins. Shira breaks down that for us as well.
We begin with Lori Vallow Daybell, the woman at the center of the case. She's the mother of Rexburg kids JJ Vallow and Tylee Ryan, who went missing in September of 2019. Their remains were later found on the Idaho property of Lori's 5th and current husband, Chad Daybell. Chad and Lori are charged in the murder and conspiracy to commit murder in the deaths of Lori's 2 kids and Chad's late wife, Tammy Daybell. Tammy died in October of 2019. 2 months after Tammy's death,
911, where is your emergency?
Hi, I need an ambulance.
Lori's brother, Alex Cox, also died in December of 2019.
I have a older male here named Alex. He just passed out here on my bathroom.
Investigators say he died of natural causes, but the last time Tylee was seen alive was in Yellowstone with Alex. In July of 2019, 5 months before Alex died, police say he shot and killed Lori's fourth husband, Charles Vallow, in Chandler, Arizona.
And is he hurt or is he alive?
Yeah, there's blood. He's not moving.
At the time, Alex claimed self-defense, but a medical examiner later ruled Charles' death a homicide. Lori is accused of conspiracy to commit murder in Charles's death. Charles is Kay Woodcock's brother. She and her husband Larry are the grandparents of JJ. Kay's son is JJ's biological dad, but the Woodcocks took care of JJ for nearly a year before Charles and Lori adopted him, making the Woodcocks JJ's grandparents, as well as aunt and uncle. The Woodcocks first reported the children missing and ordered a welfare check when they couldn't get a hold of JJ. Around this time, Colby Ryan was also trying to get a hold of JJ and Tylee. He's the oldest son of Lori Vallow.
I love you guys so much. I care about you guys so much. I miss you.
During the welfare check, police say Lori told them JJ was with her friend Melanie Gibb in Arizona. Melanie was with Lori when she first met Chad in Utah in 2018.
He was teaching us about some of his understandings about multiple lives and things of that nature. But at that point, he had already shared with her when they met in St. George that they had been married multiple times before. Not in this, right now in this earth life, but in multiple earth lives.
In a previous life.
Mm-hmm. But there's another Melanie connected to Lori, Melanie Boudreau, now Pulowski. She's Lori's niece. And in August of 2019, Lori, her niece Melanie, her brother Alex, and JJ and Tylee all moved from Arizona to Rexburg. Melanie was estranged from her husband Brandon Boudreau, and in early October of 2019,
911, where's your emergency?
Someone just shot my window.
Brandon says he was shot at in the driveway of his Gilbert, Arizona home. He says Alex was the shooter and was driving Charles Vallow's Jeep. At this time, Charles had already died. Court documents also indicate Alex attempted to shoot Tammy Daybell while she was in her driveway 10 days before her death. Alex also married Zulena Pastenes the following month in Las Vegas. He died 2 weeks later.
Yo, Alex. Alex. He's not breathing.
The next month, Lori was found in Hawaii with Chad Daybell.